What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Guys of Texas. The guys are laughing because I am on my deathbed. I've been a little under the weather for the last couple days, but I am gearing up, ready to go for Saturday. I can't wait. I leave tomorrow. I think I land in Atlanta around like 9:30 Atlanta time. So I'll be going live at some point, whether or not be tomorrow night. I'll probably go live if I have service at the SEC fan zone. Got game day. I think the gates open for game day at like 8 o'clock Saturday morning, or 8 a.m. Eastern time. So that's when the gates open, but I think the game day goes live like pretty much right then. And then I know SEC Nation.
Wait, they're not doing it till 8 something in the morning?
It's set. It'll be 7 here. So like that's when the gates open. I'm pretty sure it goes. It's always been 8, anyways. Like 8 Central Time is when game day typically goes live.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but they'll still be doing the normal, like everybody shows up about crack of dawn and like stands around their high.
I mean, there'll be a line, I'm sure, but it's like indoors. Like always indoors. So so the doors don't open until 8 Eastern time. So it's going to be a blast. Number 5 Georgia versus number 2 Texas. Texas has been a favorite in every single football game this season. According to the ESPN bet, or the matchup predictor, they have Texas at 61.5% to Georgia 38.5%. Carson Beck doesn't watch football on TV, we know. So I'm excited for the rematch. What about you boys?
Dude, I'm stoked for the rematch, man. It's time to get it back. Take our licks back. And I don't know, I think it's kind of fun to play at our house and then go back into their house, especially after an L, to have like the extra drive to go back in there. So I'm excited. I'm curious to see how well Texas travels. Obviously, we got our own Guys of Texas correspondent going in there, but I'm curious to see what kind of presence we have at the game.
Yeah, it should be a fun matchup, man. I mean, it's kind of strange that we're looking at this Georgia team 12 games into the year and we still don't really know what kind of team they are because we've seen them go so hot and so cold. But coming off last week, man, seeing the way that Georgia Tech was able to throw the ball against that defense and then even run the ball against them, kind of anxious to see if Sark throws in a little bit more of the arch package with the success of Georgia Tech rushing the ball so much on those little zone reads and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is fun, man. This is the matchup that I wanted in the SEC championship. I wanted us to get our lick back here. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I saw Sark made some comments that the arch package or whatever, that they were holding some things back. They didn't want people to know. And I was really curious how much of that actually is the case, or he's just taking credit for the situation that they're currently in.
Well, that formation, when it first came out, like I talked about, like the formation they came in with the 2 backs, I saw the 2 backs and I got excited. I didn't realize it was Arch in the game at that time. So we've already seen with that 2-back package all the different spinoffs that we can do with that. And I agree with Sark. Like, there is a lot he can do with that now. That's probably, like, when I see that 2-back formation, I get super excited when I'm at the game. Like, the first time we saw it, we were like, well, that didn't work. But we were like, but I feel like we're going to mix it up a little bit. And sure enough, I believe that was the Florida game that we saw that.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. I mean, honestly, Georgia played their SEC championship game already. They don't have that in their tank again. They played about as perfect a football against us as they could on defense. Their offense still was bad against us in that game. Their defense is what kept them in. But our defense is firing on all cylinders to the point to where everyone's calling us elite now for that defense. So they finally cut up. Hey, we called that about 5 weeks ago. So
I mean, shout out to you. You were the one that first started off, and I was a little bit behind you. But, it is crazy to see how hot and cold that team is. Like they go from like the amount of praise that they got, not just from beating us. Obviously, like we're both pretty top tier teams as far as talent goes. But like the way that they defeated us, the stunts that their defense was doing, like everybody was just falling all over themselves about like, holy crap, what can this Georgia team do? And then the rest of this run, like they've been mediocre at best. They've gotten it done, but it has not been impressive. So I hope that stays the same. I'm really curious to see about Etienne. He's still listed as questionable right now. I mean, he was scary. The way that he can keep going after contact is elite. So I'm really curious to if he's going to play or
not. I've been told he's. I was told a couple days ago from a Georgia fan that he was probably not going to be playing if it was up to him. But we shall see. They're also losing players for the portal already.
Is there anybody besides the quarterback?
No. We'll see who gets arrested this week. But the fact that you're allowing players that have been arrested this season to play on the field and not allowing Bevo to be there because he went after one little dog. Sorry. I mean, went after you once. R.I.P. Uga, who.
How about just don't bring the dog over to that side of the stadium?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I didn't realize that because I saw it this morning from somebody, and everyone was like, "Oh, that can't be true," because the guy that no one knew who the guy was that tweeted it first. But I didn't realize that Kansas actually had banned Bevo in 2018 or 2019. Kansas had banned Bevo from the stadium. I didn't realize that.
Did he kill a Jayhawk or something?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably use his horn as chalk. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I just don't understand it. Like, and he's banned from the Sugar Bowl. I see. Like, I went and looked up, is Bevo banned? And it said he's banned from going to Kansas, and he's banned from the Sugar Bowl. So, I mean, I don't understand how you can not allow that man to be on the field that day. But
we should start refusing to play in games if Bevo's not allowed there.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out my game day sign still. It's going to have to do with their players being arrested, allowed to be on the field. The Bevo can't. So I'll just got to figure out how to word it.
Dude, what is your game plan? I mean, you're showing up Friday and then obviously game Saturday. But
so I fly in it's like 9:30 Eastern time. I think I'm gonna try and go downtown I'll be like the airport. I have my hotel's gonna be just south of the airport, and it's like 6 miles from the stadium. So I'm probably gonna go try and find where the team is staying around that area, and then find somewhere down there that everyone's hanging out at. But Saturday is get up and go to game day. Do their little fan zone out there. I'll go live out there to kind of show everybody kind of what they do. Big 12 had a little bit of it, but they have an entire convention center they put up for the SEC for their fan zone out here. So interested to see all that and kind of how they put things together. I really have no game plan. There's a Dan and Shay concert at noon, which, I mean, last time I saw Dan and Shay was the Dallas Stars outdoor New Year's game when they played in the Cotton Bowl in 2019. I think it was 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2020. It was right before the COVID breakout. So yeah, that was the last time I saw Dan and Shay. Going to be a snore fest, but Darius Rucker was last year. Could have gotten anybody, but I mean, Cody Johnson would be stellar.
You always end up roping a concert into these things.
Well, the concert is part of it.
In Alabama, and you disappear to a concert.
The concert's part of it. It's part of the SEC. Like, it's part of their agenda. Like, I'm not even trying to go to a Dan and Shay concert. No, it just happens to be coming to me. So I'm sorry. Yeah, gonna be cool. I've never seen the stadium, the Atlanta Hawks or Atlanta Falcons stadium. Bijan's going to be out there. We get to go play in his home.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's got something planned for the boys when they get there. So I'm excited about that. I almost tweeted him like, "Hey man, anywhere, let's meet up. Beers on me." You can even get an import, dude. Yeah, dude. And then you got Sarkeesian's wife. She's handing out tickets.
Oh yeah,
saw that on Instagram. Yeah. She's all in. So yeah, everyone's super pumped. Tickets are going down though. I mean, I think tickets were $100, $150 was the cheapest that you can get it right now.
Did y'all see Big Ten cheapest get in price?
Yeah,
$12.
$12, and I bet you it's cheaper now. Like that's crazy.
Of course, it kind of blew my mind at first, and then I started reading more into a story that somebody posted, and they were like, Ohio State fans bought up most of the tickets, so now they're trying to resell. Then you have Oregon fans that are not willing to travel halfway across the country for this whenever they're going to have playoff games, and then Penn State just got thrown into this literally the last second. So they were saying that Ohio State fans are really like the ones that snagged all the tickets originally. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Who would we be? I guess we'd be buying them from Ole Miss and Alabama fans. I guess. But the way the lottery works, like I know the Longhorn fans didn't get their tickets. Like Texas is a certain amount of tickets. They didn't get the actual tickets until after, because the lottery happened after the game. And they figured out that Texas was going. That's when they start selling that allotment. But I'm sure fans had started just buying on third-party sites to do that. But I'm expecting a decent turnout for the Longhorns. I'm not expecting. I mean, I'm probably, because it's not the Big 12 championship that was big because it's right down the road, right? I honestly don't know what to expect for who's going to actually show up. We'll have a crowd for sure. What? I'm not sure yet. So,
I feel like, Sugar Bowl isn't nearly as far away, but we showed up pretty well for the Sugar Bowl against Georgia a couple of years back.
Yeah, true. That I feel like that's more of a plan. That's like a 3-week plan thing. This was like a, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to the SEC championship. You better be there next week.
Yeah.
It's only a 13-hour drive though. So, I mean, hey, you boys jump in the car on Friday night. Just jump in the car.
We should get an RV.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'll meet y'all there. I'm not driving it. Sorry. Not again. Going back to the football game, I don't know. I don't see a path to where Texas, the way the defense is playing right now against their offense, like that is going to still be our control. Like we controlled that portion. In my opinion, the only reason Georgia scored as much as they did is because the field position we were giving them was on our own 35-yard line.
Yeah.
That ends a lot of it. Now, Georgia, I know I've been watching the radio stations. They feel like they are protecting the SEC. They're protecting their own house with this being in Atlanta. They have that extra feeling, but it's you done popped off already in the regular season, and I feel like they gave us that extra juice after really beating us pretty good. I mean, the score is 30-15. It's only a two-score game, really, but I think that's enough juice for us to really come out and sling it against these guys. Georgia is not that good of a football team. They're good, but they're not as good as they played against us anymore.
Yeah, I feel like people have been giving Carson Beck credit about that he's been playing better, that he hasn't been throwing all the interceptions that he had been. But I mean, they're referencing the last two games, Georgia Tech and Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So if we can still have those issues be lingering, I don't see much of a path where we struggle nearly as bad as we did last time. The ball bounced their way last time with the fumbles and interceptions. I mean, freaking tip ball interceptions. We can't let that happen. But if we're able to limit those things, I just don't see a path where Texas is taking the lead pretty well.
Georgia didn't score until 5 minutes into the third quarter against Georgia Tech. They didn't have a point on the board. Like, their offense is not good, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, the receivers keep having drop issues, the interception issues. Like, there's a lot of just question marks. And if Trevor Etienne's playing, like, there's just – I don't know. There's a lot of questions on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a completely different game because if you look at Georgia, their offense only had to go one drive. Did they have a drive more than 70 yards to score points. The rest of their points that entire game was 20 yards, 30 yards, 30 yards. They didn't have to move the ball hardly at all that entire game. There was no pressure on them, and they still made a lot of mistakes in that game with turnovers. So, it's really going to come down to us just taking care of the ball. We can't put our defense in bad positions like that again, and that's going to be the ultimate key. Seems like we just have a knack for turning the ball over and keeping teams in the game. So that's something that we can't do. We can't do against Georgia this time.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the playoff prediction bracket?
Yeah, I mean the gauntlet that Texas is looking like they're gonna have to play in.
Not really. I don't think that's gonna. That's the thing is the way they do these things is, oh hey, let's put up a bracket where it looks like it's not a projection of this is what the bracket's going to be. It's like, hey, it's just another ranking system. Like it's. I think they should be putting out the rankings and stop putting out the bracket.
Like, I mean, aren't they showing what the bracket would be at the current standings? Like, if
yes, but we all know that's going to change. Like, there's no way that bracket stays. Like, there's not a world that bracket stays the same, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pulling that up right now. Like, you have, like, right now the predictor has Indiana and Georgia playing. The winner of that game would play us. You've got Alabama and Notre Dame playing against SMU. You got Tennessee, Ohio State. The winner of that plays Oregon, and then Arizona State, Penn State. The winner of that plays Boise State. If Clemson wins, that pushes Alabama out, in my opinion. Arizona State would be in with the bye or with the championship automatic bid. So if SMU loses, I think they stay in. And then moves Clemson out, and then that shifts the whole thing. And even Georgia. Oh, Georgia gets mollywopped. I mean, they're going to drop to probably 11, moving Georgia out. Clemson moving up a little bit. Like there's so many different scenarios I feel like that you could do that's going to change this.
Yeah, I hope whatever path we do, we don't have to play Georgia a third time.
Yeah. There's not that's the thing is there's not another team that I see that honestly I'm like, okay, Texas is going to have their hands full, maybe Notre Dame. But the counterbalance of playing this team twice, once you play them a third time, all bets are off. Like that's going to be the hard part. It's not that I'm scared of Georgia at all. It's like you guys have played each other twice. Like that's going to be a brutal, brutal game. Notre Dame may be the only one. Ohio State, after losing to Michigan the way they did, they don't scare me at all. Penn State. People are saying Penn State may beat Oregon. And that's the thing. If Oregon loses, that's going to send everything into a tailspin, in my opinion. There's Boise State. If they lose, then what happens? Like I said, like this bracket comes out. It's just kind of, hey, this is what it is right now, but it will change.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot of things that could shake up, but yeah, I agree with you though. I think Notre Dame is probably the one team that I would circle and say they're probably one of the hottest teams right now going into the playoffs. And then of course Oregon, their offense has been explosive all year, and we've already experienced Dylan Gabriel, and what he can do. So, but yeah, Notre Dame, I feel like surprisingly, I didn't see that being the case with them, but I feel like they're the most complete team going into the playoffs right now, other than us and probably Oregon.
Yeah. Who's a team that you want to play? If you were to pick a team and say we get the bye the first week, is there a team that you're like, yeah, I want to play that team? I've got one.
I'd say Ohio State.
Okay.
If I had a chance to pick somebody, I think it'd be a fun matchup, and their offense has looked rough.
Just bury Ryan Day's career right there.
Yeah.
Mine's
talking
Tennessee.
about like a team that you. I was going to say, we're talking about like a team that you think would be a fun matchup.
Yeah,
or like,
not fun. Like I just want to
beat the crap
absolutely beat the brakes off you. Tennessee would be the team that I would put up any day, so they can shut up of where the real UT. Get out of here. Yeah, no, we're already about to own your SEC, and then I want to just finish it off by playing. I mean, honestly, like even Alabama doesn't scare me either. Like that, it's just one of the way they've played. Like, meh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be confident going into any matchup. We've talked about this time and time again where there's just not that clear-cut dominant team. Even Oregon looks beatable. So I'm really not going to fear anybody. I'm going to like our chances versus everybody. But obviously you want to stay away from the teams that are hot at the moment because that's the key, I feel like, in these playoffs is who's got the momentum rolling into mid-December.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what this is the time that, SEC championship, like, yeah, this is more of the SEC championship is a bragging rights type thing. That's what this is for. Georgia has the most on the line for this SEC championship because the rest of the SEC is begging for them to beat us because there's no way that you're going to allow Texas to come in and win this super hard league. But once the playoffs start, boys, my confidence level is going to be through the roof until some random event that we might lose. No, I am balls to the wall from this point on. I am riding the back of the boys. We're going to a championship. I just feel it. Like
That's right.
There's never been a better time. Just like last year, we talked about with the Rangers, you don't hold back. You don't worry about the what ifs. You just go in there and you attack gladiator style. I don't care what it takes. You come out, you're bloody, whatever it is, as long as you're coming away with the win. That's all I care about from this point forward, or wins. I don't care how you did it. It's just got to be a win. And I'm so jacked for this weekend.
TJ with the Jameis Winston motivational speech there.
Play for the logo on your helmet. Well, we don't have logos, but if we did, play for that.
I keep not wanting to jinx it. I'm just like staying quiet. But I'm like, dude, we waited for this for so long, and like we're finally at the place we've been wanting to be for so long. This is wild. Take it in.
It's one of those. Even like again, go back to the Ranger thing. Like I always was hesitant. But you enjoy it so much better when you're sitting there just enjoying the ride. Like, don't make it to where it's a panic time every time. Like, enjoy the ride because it will be fun. Also, National Signing Day.
Dude, I was so out of the loop the whole day. I was out of town for work and I had no reception.
Texas did some things. Texas number one in recruiting. I'm pulling up the list.
Does anybody know what's going on with Justice Terry? Like why he hasn't signed yet?
No.
I haven't heard why. It's kind of bizarre that he's waiting this long.
I mean, everybody said he's like 100% guaranteed to Georgia. Why hasn't he signed?
Did y'all see what's his name? Is it Tyler Lockett or something? I can't remember his name.
Khalif Lockett?
No. There's a guy for He was supposed to go to Ole Miss.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dadgummit. I gotta find it. It was the funniest story. So Ole Miss has been recruiting him. Ole Miss puts out, hey, he is signed with us. They keep sending this kid's mom the papers, and she keeps refusing to sign them and ends up signing her son's intention letter for Mississippi State, and because she is the parent, she can do that, and so now her son is going to be going to Mississippi State out of nowhere.
It's Tyler Lockhart.
Okay, so I was close. I was like, wait a minute.
Crazy.
Wait, so I only heard about this like 45 minutes ago when I was watching another podcast. And so he did his announcement to go to Ole Miss.
No, Ole Miss kept going. Oh yeah, he's gonna sign. He's gonna sign. Like he's and put out on their social media, he is signing.
I heard that he did an announcement ceremony in the morning saying he was going to Ole Miss.
I need to look it up, but I don't know if that he may have done that also, but he never ever they kept sending the intent letter to the mom to DocuSign, and she would refuse to sign it over and over. They said they just kept sending it. Let me find it.
So what I had heard from the other show was that he did that morning thing, said he was committed to Ole Miss, and then like Ole Miss put out like the social media stuff saying that he had signed, and then Jeff Lebby all of a sudden, like at 9:00 at night, all of a sudden posts the Undertaker, and then they post on their social media that he signed to Mississippi State, and I don't know I didn't know about the mom situation, but it sounds so wild.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, here he is pulling out the Ole Miss shirt reveal at college.
Yeah.
And then mom just said, nope, that's not what he done. Letter for him from Mississippi State.
Oh, that's funny.
That's crazy, dude. Like, that's a bold move right there. I mean, especially if if Jeff Lebby's got to be like, okay, well, welcome. Thanks for your mom choosing for you.
Glad you're fully bought in.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty wild. By the way, new hat fresh just in time for
welcome.
This is that one that was on Lids HD. It was like that special edition one, and it was sold out within like an hour. Can y'all hear Banks right now? Did you hear that?
I heard something.
Okay. Oh yeah, Banks is behind me. It is dinner time for him. Oh, he's just staring at me. I'm surprised he's not got nothing. I'm gonna move just to see if he jumps in here. But no, Texas, big signing day for the Longhorns. I'm trying to pull up. So you've got Jonah Williams, 5-star, ends up coming. You've got Jamie French, who I had heard rumors was kind of on the fence. But no. Look I'm just going off of everyone on Twitter because they're smarter than I am about this stuff. Okay. There's Sarah's home now. Okay, there it is. And then you've got Myron Charles. What is it, like 14 different 4-stars? End of the day, Texas becomes number one in recruiting.
It's going to be interesting to see Michael Terry. That was a guy that I wasn't sure about, if he was going to be able, if we were going to be able to snag him. But he's a very interesting dude with, coming in as an athlete, and he looked really good as a running back in high school from the highlights I've watched. But he's a big dude, like 6'3", 250, 220. Like, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
So that one's going to be super fun to watch. And then, of course, Lockett and freaking French together coming in with Arch next year. Me and my buddy were talking. Do y'all think that Bond and Golden are both gone next year? Do you think both of them go to the NFL?
I think Golden is based off of I don't know. I don't see why not.
I was gonna say I think Bond's gone, but I don't know about Golden. I don't know. Is Golden? What year is Golden? I mean, is he have to be gone?
He walked. He walked out. Yeah, he walked out though at senior day, didn't he? I swear I remember him walking out on senior day.
I may be tripping. He's listed as a junior, and Bond's listed as a junior as well. So, I mean, obviously next year we'll have DeAndre Moore coming back. Then we'll also have who am I blinking on? Wingo. So those are the two guys obviously be leading the charge coming back. So, but yeah, my buddy asked me that question last night, and I was like, I actually haven't thought about that. I always thought that Bond would be a one and done regardless. I know he's been banged up this year, but it just seems like the guy that's got the resume that he could go into a combine and still be a second round pick or something like that. But Golden's still one of those guys that I feel like he's shown flashes this year, but has he shown enough to, boost his draft stock? But obviously that wide receiver room is going to be very busy next year.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you gotta. I mean, Golden was one of those that came from the transfer, and we were like, okay, yeah, like that'll be good. I think Golden has been, in my opinion, he's been the go-to receiver this year for us. Like that is the main guy. Obviously, Bond he was supposed to be, but I didn't realize he was injured for the A&M game. Like until I started watching highlights, everyone was like, "Oh, he's still hobbling." I was like, "What do you mean hobbling?" And so, like, I can't see anything from the sky up in heaven from the game.
Dude, watching that game live, I was starting to get frustrated because I was like, they need to take Bond out of the game. Like, Wingo deserves to be in that spot at this point because there was just a couple of times that I was strictly just watching Bond, and I'm like, he can't even run a route, dude.
Really?
Like he tried to make a little button hook route, and you could see he just came up limping. And it's just they kept giving him playing time though.
Well, there was the one that Quinn was throwing to the left, and they had already done the play to the right side with Golden, where he stopped on the line for the first down. That's where the route was. Bond went another 5 yards past it. So Quinn, it looks like he's throwing the ball away, but Bond just didn't stop on his line that he was supposed to. So he's going to have to work that stuff out and figure. Like, that's got to get cleaned up. Like that will be a pick this weekend if you don't figure out that stuff. And that stuff that by the time in this season, like we should not be having those errors. Like that this is not the time to be having those errors. So loudness wise for this game, I don't really. It'll be loud, but it's not going to be a factor.
No, I don't think so.
Although it is technically a home game for the Dogs.
I see a lot of them out there, but I don't think it's going to be anything to report about.
Yeah.
I mean, coming off of what we just experienced, I'm not worried about.
Oh, dude.
Stadium pulls whatsoever.
Yep, that is exactly what we needed. Was that there? So, let's do. What about the other games this week? So you got Friday. You got UNLV, Boise State. Very well could shake a lot of things up if UNLV ends up winning that game. That opens the door for a lot, in my opinion.
Dude, props to UNLV for having such a good season after that.
No joke.
Like week 2 or 3 or whatever that was.
Yeah,
for sure.
They just kept going. The slot machine on the for the touchdown celebration really does work.
Where are they playing that game? They're playing at Boise. Okay.
Yeah.
They're hosting the championship.
Yeah, Tulane Army.
That doesn't seem like a fair championship game hosting it at Boise.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of wild.
Kind of weird.
I mean, it is the Mountain West Championship. It's the first time we've ever even looked at that game. You got Iowa State, Arizona State, which is it's crazy to think about. Even the last 2 weeks, it's like how.
Yeah.
Like, how is BYU and Colorado out of it? Like that.
Colorado looked like a lock.
Absurd, dude. So they are playing in Arlington for the Big 12. Iowa State, Arizona State, Georgia at Texas. You've got Penn State, Oregon. That game's at 7. And then you've got Clemson, SMU. That game is in Indianapolis, and then North Carolina for SMU, Clemson. So I need the Ponies to show up there. The Ponies lose. I think they're still in. I think if SMU wins, they're still in, and I think Clemson gets the automatic bid. There's a lot going on with this. Like, this bracket's going to be weird. And they've set it up. I figured the Big Ten would be. How ironic is it that they're just like, oh, yeah, no, we don't want the 11 o'clock game for the championship game. Let's move it to 7 when they've just done nothing but put their prime Big Ten games onto 11 the rest of the year. It's like, oh, okay, now's the time we want to do that? All right.
7. We got 4 championship games all at 7 o'clock?
No.
2 games at 7.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, that's Friday. Friday, my bad.
I was like, I'm sorry.
I didn't see the day distinction between the two.
You know, all season you just giving it to me like, dude, I don't know what schedule you're going off of, and that one took the cake right there. I was like, wait, which one am I looking at? The spreads on these, like everything is like
keeping it tight.
Even Tulane and Boise, like favorites there, but by 4 and 5. This one opened up even and has moved up to Texas -2.5. The line is at 49.5. I mean, I would hammer both.
Yeah.
I would definitely hammer both here.
Dude, I'm really excited about the Oregon-Penn State matchup.
That'll be interesting. People are calling for that to be the one that finally Franklin gets his monkey off his back and finally gets a win because it's not Ohio State. He can't beat Ohio State, but he could possibly beat Oregon. So,
yeah, I'd love to see it. Oregon's been getting a lot of praise all season, but I just don't feel like they really have done that much.
Yeah.
If Penn State beats Oregon, say by 7 points, and Texas beats Georgia by 10 points, do you think Texas slides into the number one?
Oh, if Oregon loses, Texas moves into the number one spot. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because I know they have them decently close behind Texas, but I wasn't sure if y'all thought that would be enough to, I guess it depends on how, if they go in there and beat Oregon by 3 touchdowns, that might be enough to throw them all the way up.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know if I see that happening.
Oregon loses, I think, at this stage of the game. I think they lose the number one spot. Who knows? Maybe not, but I mean, based off their schedule versus our schedule, it has to be. I don't know what their strength of schedule is versus ours, but ours has to be over that. Like,
I mean, they beat Michigan, but yeah, their schedule is just so easy. I don't even feel like I paid attention to Oregon much, even though they've been riding in number one for a while. It's just like they don't play anybody to care about.
Yep. This thing is such trash. Like this website for the playoff predictor and trying to find like actual rankings and like the actual strength schedule is terrible.
Yeah, the website's hard to I don't know why it's like that.
Well, bowl games are. It's going to be a weird thing for. Let's see. You've got the bowl games we know: Memphis, West Virginia. At the what bowl is this? It doesn't even get. Oh, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Old Scooter Coffee in Frisco, Texas. You've got South Florida at San Jose State. Side note: San Jose State comes here next year.
Hawaii Bowl.
Buffalo Liberty in the Bahamas Bowl. See, that's the bowl I'd be at, the Bahamas Bowl. January 4th. Holy smokes. That's way late in the season.
We just talked about the Hawaii Bowl. That sounds pretty dope, too.
Yeah. But the Hawaii Bowl, like, I don't know. Hawaii Bowl's kind of overrated to me at this point. Even though I've never been to Hawaii, I still want to go. Like, that one's just like, I guess they're both kind of the same hand in hand, but get me out of the country,
I just want to know who plays in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Staff DNA Cure Bowl, dude. What? Union Home Mortgage. Oh, these are gonna get good. Myrtle Beach Bowl, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Game Above Sports Bowl, Rate Bowl, 68 Ventures Bowl,
Bad Boy Mowers.
Oh, yeah.
Bowl?
DirecTV Holiday Bowl. Oh, what do you know? I'll probably be blacked out across 7 different states.
Whoa. Did you know there's a Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl?
Yeah, I just saw that. That is the takeover of
Barstool.
Yeah, Barstool had that bowl, and I guess Snoop Dogg. I mean, you want to know who I'm going to go ahead and put a lock in right now. Who's going to be playing at that one? It'll be Colorado. Colorado will be playing in that bowl, I can guarantee.
Did you see what network got it?
Yeah, the CW.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's what happened. The CW. That's what the Barstool. I wonder if it is still the Barstool. I don't think so.
I was about to say, didn't they have the what bowl did they have? Wasn't it the Bahama Bowl that they had?
No, it was something in Arizona. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Can't remember which one they had.
I think no, Dave. Since he bought it, Dave said, "Nah, screw that. We're not doing this bowl stuff anymore." He said it's too much resources and everything. I'm pretty sure that's somebody else doing that.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to do it anymore since they're partnered up with gambling again?
They were a part of gambling the whole time. Penn Gaming
they were
was,
owned.
yeah. Penn Gaming was they were owned by a gambling site.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that didn't affect them at all.
Yeah, I guess not.
Duke's Mail Bowl, the Bahama Bowl, and then yeah. All right, well, you boys got anything else? I guess let's go ahead and do our game picks randomly. I guess we'll just pick all of these games that we got coming
top
up.
25.
Oh, this one just popped up. Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State on Friday as well. Is that even like what is that?
USA.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so I'm going to take Jacksonville State -5 in that. Oh, by the way, Harding University. Don't know why I haven't talked about this. Moving on to the next round. Moving on again. They made a team look really bad because the team Grand Valley showed up with their shirts off in the snow. ESPN put them on like all their social media with them walking into the stadium with their shirts off in the snow, and then just gets mollywopped by Harding and sent home. So sorry about you. We're moving on again. Although this team that we're playing, I don't remember the name of this team. They destroyed the Sugar Bears. Like 70. It was like 70 to nothing.
Sugar Bears.
Yeah, UCA, dude. So Western Kentucky, Jacksonville. Who you got?
I didn't even look at that game. I don't know the top 25
don't think too hard,
games,
dude.
but Western
Don't
Kentucky.
think too hard.
I'm going to take Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville State -5.
Yeah, I'll take Jack State.
UNLV Boise State -4.
Yeah, I'm taking the -4.
I'm taking the over at 57.5.
Total points. Okay.
Yep, taking the over 57.5.
I think I'll take UNLV to cover on this one. I think Boise State still wins, but I could see it being just a field goal game.
Okay. Number 24 Army versus Tulane, unranked. Tulane is favored -5. I'm taking the US of A Army.
Yeah, I'm doing Army +5.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I'm taking Tulane to cover.
Oh, this guy hates America. My goodness.
Yeah, dude. Screw him. They're not getting in the playoffs.
This guy hates America. Iowa State, Arizona State. Arizona State is -2. Nobody has them in our championship predictor. I am going. This one's a tough one, but I am going to take Arizona State. I feel like they're just too hot by 1 million.
Yeah, Arizona State -2 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna follow that up too. I think Arizona State's just hot right now. I think Iowa State somehow stumbled into this championship game, so I'll take Arizona State.
You're a traitor. Your pick was Arizona. Now you're going Arizona State.
Yeah, dude. Ohio, Miami, Ohio. Yikes. Miami, Ohio is -2. Give me the under 44.5.
Ugh. Yeah, Miami, Ohio -2. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'll take the Bobcats of Ohio here. Was that their mascot? Looks like a bobcat.
I think that's sure. We got oh, hello, Wyatt. He finally made it. What's up, buddy?
Cameo, man. It's been a while.
We're gonna skip that game. Marshall, Louisiana, -6 is Louisiana. I'm taking Louisiana. It's in Lafayette, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll take -6.
I'll take Marshall to cover.
Okay, Marshall to cover. Penn State, Oregon. Oregon is -3.5. Over under 50.5. Taking the under 50.5.
Oregon -3.5. Taking it.
Yeah, I like Oregon 3.5, but I do like under on 50.5.
Screw it. Penn State to win straight up. You guys didn't do it. I will. Penn State straight up to win. And then finally, you boys know who I got on this one. SMU Clemson. SMU is -2. SMU is winning this by 1 million.
Clemson.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Easy.
I gotta stick with my week 1 and go Clemson.
Yeah. We got
I
real
would
battle.
love to see the ponies do it, but in reality, I just don't think it's going to be close.
Lights are gonna be too bright.
Oh, you clowns. You clowns. Wow. All right. You bunch of haters. All right. That's fine. Lastly, score predictions. We know Texas is going to win. If you're going to pick Georgia to win, you can go ahead and log out right now. What is your score prediction for this game?
I'm going 31-17 Texas. Almost a reverse of last time.
I'll go I'm going to go 24-10 Texas.
So the last time we did this for a conference championship, we came into the game thinking, yeah, we'll win the game. Like it'll be a good game. Not only was it a good game, it was a great game. So bad of a beatdown that even Sweat was scoring touchdowns, given Heisman poses in the end zone. We're going to see the same thing again now. I think, let's call it Broughton will have a touchdown pass in this game. Texas wins 500, not 500. It'll be 42-14. Texas demolishes, sends them home. We get a bye week. We own the SEC. We own the Big 12. We'll have championship belts everywhere. No one will be able to bear us because we will be unbearable of how much trash talk we're about to give everybody. 42-14 is my score prediction.
I want to live in a world where your predictions come true, man.
I know, man. I want to see it.
I mean, it's my prediction has come true once this season. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. I'm going to post this again, and I'm going to go back to my original Georgia prediction when we do smoke you this time and say, wasn't wrong, just was on the wrong week. We'll smoke you this time. So I'll be finding you. Don't you worry. I got bookmarks. So
flip it.
That's right. Yeah. But put it in the archive. Oh, I'm back, boys. I'm back. Look at I need this rejuvenation. I need it for flight out tomorrow. I can't wait, dude. I'm so pumped. I will be randomly going live. It won't make any sense. I'll be on Twitter. I'll probably be on YouTube. Yeah, just gonna probably carry my laptop.
I'm here for it.
Downtown Atlanta. Not sure I'm gonna be carrying all my stuff in downtown Atlanta. We'll figure it out. But yeah. You boys can jump in at any time. Jump into the chat. Yeah. You boys got anything else?
Let's get it done for Bevo, man.
For Bevo, we're going to bring it home for him. I'm going to bring everybody a championship shirt home. So let me know. Everybody, by the way, that just means like this. If you're watching this, I'm not bringing it. Yeah, subscribe and get your free shirt. Yeah, dude. I'm just ironing on like the printed screen print of us winning a championship on there. I mean, I can do that. You like we? I'll tell you this. We win by my exact score, 42-14. I will, and you have liked the video before the game. Okay. You have liked the video before the game. We win by the exact score, and you comment free Bevo. You have to put free Bevo. This is only for the real guys. The only person I can tell you that's going to be doing this is Joe. So 42-14, you comment Bevo, free Bevo in the comments, and you like the video. I will make t-shirts and give them away for those people. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Man,
42-14. I did. Listen.
A t-shirt and natty tickets. Dang, TJ.
Look at I did. Look at we were just who said natty tickets? I didn't say natty tickets, did I? I'm like freaking out if it's 42. Like we imagine a time it's 41. We just scored a touchdown. It's 41-14. There's a fan on the field taking Auburn out so we don't kick the ball anymore, so we don't get it exactly 42-14. But yeah, that's my prediction. You guys got anything else?
No.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this beatdown, man. I'm ready
Wyatt's
for the
hungry.
revenge.
Yeah, he wants
What
to
you got,
go.
Wyatt?
It's playtime.
All right, fellas. Well, until then, we'll see you this weekend sometime. Hook 'em horns.
Welcome.